that your badge number?
Well, I hope it is.
Let's
take a photograph of it, please.
Yeah. Just wondering. I've got to prove it. Obviously, I don't know you from Adam. You could be someone just who's dressed up.
We're not going to do this for fancy dress, are we? Right. As my colleague explained, the reason why we stopped you is because you fit the description of somebody acting suspiciously. Right? Now, you've given a legitimate reason why you're here.
Yeah.
Right. But we need to see some ID and some proof that you are here legitimately.
No, I understand that.
Can we see that, please?
I understand that, but on another term, I have actually got human rights.
Is that your vehicle there?
Nope.
Okay. So, what form of identification have you got on you to say you're actually canvassing?
I've got ID on me, but I don't have to legally show it here because I've not committed a crime.
Right.
Obviously, if you...
We've
had a phone call about, like I said, a suspicious male, so we need to ascertain whether you are, you say you are, but I take it you're not going to give us your name.
I get this every week.
Verify. Yeah, but you've got to appreciate, we get calls from members.
No, I understand that, but I'm doing a job, I'm paying me taxes, I'm earning money. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand, I have not committed a crime.
If you were calling us, surely you'd want us to follow it up, wouldn't you? That's why we've been sent here, to follow it up, to, we want to be rest assured when we leave here today that you're not up to anything.
Suspicion based on an unclear phone call, without real evidence of a crime, does not justify detention or an ID demand. The officers claim that they needed to confirm the auditor's identity is concerning, especially since the auditor never claimed to be anyone else. Under UK law, you are not required to provide ID unless you are lawfully detained on clear grounds, such as reasonable suspicion of a specific offense. That standard was not met here. Relying on vague third-party reports to demand identification risks profiling and misuse of authority when no crime has been committed.
I understand it in that way, but I'm not...
Your name gives you ID, we could ring SafeStar, say, and confirm...
Well, you can ring SafeStar and you can ask them if, obviously, if he's got canvases in his area and you'll validate around. And what's your obviously, I'm not giving it out.
Well, when I ring up SafeStar UK and say you've got canvases and they say
they know I'm in this office, they know I'm around here. Because we get issued to a certain area and they keep both names of the people.
So where's your ID card?
It is on me, but I don't have to show it. I've not committed a crime.
We're going round in circles here, aren't we, chap?
No, I don't mean human rights, mate. I've not committed a crime. Obviously, you're putting me under alarm and distress now. You both cover it going round there. Obviously, you're trying to say that I have to show my ID.
You're putting me under alarm and distress.
How am I?
It's our ID. We've shown you our ID. So
yeah, but end of the day, you're a public servant.
Instead of respecting the auditor's legal right to refuse ID without reasonable suspicion, the officers continue to pressure him. They then claim he's causing harassment, alarm, and distress, an ironic and troubling accusation coming from trained officers in authority. Saying, "We showed you our ID," misses the point entirely. The issue is their repeated demand for his personal details, without any legal grounds. By twisting the narrative and refusing to accept a lawful refusal, the officers escalate the situation. This isn't just poor policing, it borders on abuse.
Listen, chap, I may be a public servant, but I'm not your servant.
No, I didn't say you were my servant, did I?
Okay.
I said, but if you're walking around with a police uniform, it gives you powers.
Stop going on about YouTube. It's like this public servant, okay? I'm not a servant. I'm a police officer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Which means, but you serve the public.
I'm a police officer.
Right.
Okay. Police officer. I'm not a servant.
Yeah.
So let's get that quite clear before we start.
Well, there's no need to get angry, is there? Because now you're putting me under alarm and distress. Now I feel threatened.
The officers remark, "I might be a public servant, but I'm not your servant," reveals a troubling level of ego and entitlement. It ignores a basic principle of policing. Officers exist to serve the public. By drawing that distinction, he exposes a misunderstanding of his role and an inflated sense of authority. Worse, this comment follows a pattern of pressure, intimidation, and refusal to respect the auditor's lawful rights. The tone is dismissive and confrontational, rejecting accountability and the core values of democratic policing. The result is real emotional harm to someone who has done nothing wrong, only escalating the harassment and distress already present.
What, you feel threatened?
Yeah, hence why I'm recording it, just in case anybody's trying anything cheeky.
That's fine.
I've had it before where police has thrown me on the floor for asking him, have you got ID?
So police officers thrown you on the floor?
Yeah.
And that's for ID.
Well, I've asked for him.
Strange.
Well, not all coppers are legitimate, are they? Not all coppers are nice. So at this moment in time, am I detained?
That's right.
What for? What am I being detained for?
What?
Have I committed a criminal offence? I've not committed a criminal offence. How can you detain me? Because then you're holding me hostage. You're now restricting my free way of movement because now you're saying I'm being detained for a crime I've not committed. I will just literally. I'll send this to me my lawyer, mate. This is going straight to my lawyer.
First things first, we're recording it.
Yeah.
Has it just picked up the word that you just said to me?
Yeah.
Right. This is your first and last warning. You swear at me again, you'll be arrested. Do you understand me?
Yeah, but I'm asking why am I being detained?
Listen to me. Are you going to listen?
I'll listen, but I want you to listen to my point of view.
Detained at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So we can speak to the caller.
Yeah.
Because as I said, you fit the description of a person seen acting suspiciously.
Yeah.
Right? Now, until we speak to the caller and fathom out what the caller says to us, you're not going anywhere.
Right, so you're detaining me against my own will from a crime that I've not committed.
This is a clear abuse of police authority. Detaining someone based only on a vague description and an unverified call violates basic civil liberties. The officer admits the detention rests solely on a caller's word and plans to hold the auditor until they figure it out. That's not lawful policing. Under UK law, including PACE, officers need objective, reasonable grounds to detain someone, not a hunch or vague suspicion. This approach flips the core principle of justice, treating a person as guilty before innocent.
Are you going to admit that now on camera, that you're detaining me when I've not committed an offence?
Till we speak to the caller,
Yeah.
see exactly what the caller says you have or haven't done.
Right, but technically you can't detain someone if they've not committed a crime, because then that's holding them against their own will.
Well, once we speak to the caller,
yeah, but now
the crime has been committed, then I will tell you what's going to happen next.
So you're actually admitting you've illegally detained me for a crime I've not committed.
We haven't illegally detained you.
Well, if you've not detained me, then I'm free to go.
Tell you what, walk up there and we'll follow you then if you need to speak to you again.
Well, then it's harassing.
Off you go.
But then it's harassing.
Not harassing.
No, what I'm saying is, if you'd like to leave,
Right.
if you'd like to leave now and walk whichever way you like, carry on. And if I need to speak to you at a different time, I'll come after you and have a word with you.
This officer's response is deeply troubling and shows a clear disregard for lawful procedure and individual rights. Instead of addressing the auditor's valid concern about unlawful detention, the officer suggests, "Walk away and we'll follow you," as if that solves anything. It doesn't. It escalates the situation. Following someone without legal grounds, especially after they've asserted their right to be left alone, amounts to harassment. This is effectively an unwarranted stop by proxy, shadowing the auditor in hopes of creating justification later rather than relying on lawful grounds in the moment. That isn't policing, it's intimidation, and it's a clear abuse of power.
I'll just put a complaint in. I'll just put a complaint into IPCC.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because obviously you're illegally detaining me for a crime I've not committed. So obviously, like I'm going to ask again, am I being detained for a crime? Because obviously now no one's answering. If I'm not being detained for a crime...
I'm just in process of speaking to your manager.
Right.
If you'd like to walk away, you are free to walk away. And if I'm detained as a crime, I will come after you, won't I? It's up to you, sir.
I'm not going to turn me back. I'm not going to turn me back on officers so you can body slam me.
Do what you'd like. I don't think I'm capable of body
Hey, there's police out there that body slam people for the fun of it.
when he's asking for an officer's ID.
So you've illegally detained me, you call me a liar.
You should call him a liar.
Yeah, but now you've also illegally detained me. So wait until IPC.
Why don't you go around in circles? Twice I've said, if you'd like to walk away, walk away.
Well, just for the camera, have I been committed as a crime? Right, so I've not committed a crime, so well, you've given me permission to walk away. I'm not, mate. I'm not, mate. Now you're making lies about me. You've also illegally detained me, like I said before, when he says you're now detained. What for what crime? He couldn't give me a crime. So he's legally detained me on the spot. He's also kept me hostage. So I do know my rights, and this will be going to IPCC. I will be sending it to my law. I'll wait until it's all over line. I don't need the log number. I've got your badge numbers. Because I don't trust it. I don't trust the fact I can walk away with you.
showing us your ID in the first instance, I don't think it would have taken this long. So when you're talking about being...
Yeah, but I don't have to show my ID if I've not committed a crime or I'm on suspicion of crime. I've not committed a crime. I'm working.
The officers claimed that the situation would have stayed calm if the auditor had simply identified himself, reveals a deeply flawed mindset. It shifts responsibility for the officer's own misconduct onto someone who was lawfully asserting their rights. The auditor committed no crime, explained his position, and made it clear he was working, yet the refusal to comply became the problem. This isn't about safety or law, it's about ego. The officer couldn't accept being told no, and instead of reassessing the situation legally, he doubled down and blamed the auditor for the escalation. That way of thinking is dangerous, because it treats lawful noncompliance as justification for detention or force, something no officer should ever believe.
Working's committing a crime, I'll just go and join benefits.
You could have less time your work like 10 minutes ago and you could have gone on your way then, couldn't you? So
we'll have to go so we don't body
Take the
slam.
log.
So we don't body slam.
before you get that urge.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's what I said.
Patience.
Free to go, Sam?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to leave.
I took them to a criminal court and a civil court. At the criminal court, I was awarded £35,000 because of the incorrect ways and the way they did the jobs, which was performed illegally. Officer Stephen Haynes, PC Jarvis and PC Warwick. One of them was suspended for 2 months with further investigation. One of them was fired and the other one was given a slap on the wrist and was allowed to still do the job, but under investigation by their own.
The £35,000 payout says everything. This wasn't a minor mistake. It was a serious violation of Colonel's rights. One officer was fired, another suspended, and a third forced out under review, proving this was a systemic failure, not a misunderstanding. From the start, the officers relied on a vague phone call, demanded ID without legal grounds, and escalated the situation when Colonel lawfully refused. Comments about not being a servant and blaming Colonel for not complying exposed a clear misunderstanding of civil liberties. This was never about the law. It was about control. The outcome shows why asserting your rights matters and why officers must be held accountable. Colonel stood his ground, and real consequences followed. If you found this video insightful, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Colonel Audit's channel in the description. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.